Coming up later, I'm going to show video and play the audio of Beck staging crying and having stuff put in his eyes to then go cry. And he does the same thing on his TV show. And again, I'm not into attacking Glenn Beck. It's just he is a Judas Code operative. If the mainstream media wants to be pro-New World Order and works for the banks, most of them just admit it and are anti-freedom openly. Beck acts like he's us and then constantly says, arrest us. And then meanwhile, the police are actually out doing it, pulling over, you know, little ladies with canning supplies and, they got a pot constitution. How to play that. I mean, they literally are going, they're like they found the most poisonous, deadly snake or an abominable snowman. You know, the Yeti was in their trunk or something, like the giant cobra jumped out. And they got a little pocket constitution basically urinating on themselves. I mean, this is brainwashing, folks. I got one. She's got one. I swore an oath to. It's deadly dangerous. And then arresting people that have my videos. I mean, this government is rogue and criminal. We're going to talk to him in just a minute. That's why it's important, folks, to get the Money Masters, How Banks Create the World's Money. This 3.5-hour film, 1995, well-produced. You want to understand how this stuff operates, get it at Infowars.com. Got that deal I keep mentioning where you can get in-game for $9.95. Other deals where you get it free with this. Just go check out all the combos I've got where you get Aaron Russo's Reflections and Warnings with updated info with me and the entire unedited interview. It's all there. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. Get this free when you get it with some of the other films that are already half price at Infowars.com. We're also carrying Life on the Edge of a Bubble, the latest film by William Lewis. Excellent film. Blowing the American Dream, Life on the Edge of a Bubble. Excellent to explain to people out there that don't know what's going on. If we don't educate people, these criminals are going to win. So 888-253-3139 to call an order, 888-253-3139. Or you can see all of my films online right now, including Reflections and Warnings, at prisonplanet.tv. I want to thank all the members there who are members of prisonplanet.tv. You can also write to me again, Alex Jones, 3001, South Lamar, Suite 100, Austin, Texas, 78704. And all your purchases of the books and videos make this operation possible. All right, so going back to Doc, and then a minute or two we got left, I'm going to come back and go to John, William, Julio, MHL, and others. Finish up, Doc. So they finally had to let you go, though.
Yeah, and they let me go, and I got out and came home, and that was when I realized, right, that there had to be something that I could do to let people know what was coming. And so that's why I started the channel, was so that I could just share some of what they were doing to me, because this is always incremental. If they're going to start, they're going to start with us, and people are going to cheer about that. But then it's on to them next. They're on the list, so it's on to them next. And I can't thank you enough for having me on, Alex. I really appreciate that. And I joined up Prison Planet a couple weeks ago, and it's excellent. I love it. I think everybody should. So,
well, Doc, listen.
Thank you for the time.
Well, thank you. I'm just glad that you put a YouTube up channel and in a few months had tens of thousands of views. Your videos were all getting thousands of views every time. People really were connecting with you. And then they erased your channel because they're scared of you and everybody else. They don't want you fighting back. I'm sure the local feds said, take that down. You're back and your channel's even bigger now in just a few days, and they censor you again. We just prove YouTube is run by a bunch of New World Order scum. We start doppelganging all our material on other sites. And no, they're openly announcing they're going to start shutting the web down. This is mainstream news, so we better use it while it's there. And I like the fact that you're coming back, you're speaking out, you're not just rolling over, and just start doing videos about other kidnapping your wife's kids. You know, really expose this. Take care, Doc. Good to hear from you.
Thank you, Alex.
You bet. Take care. Going to start the final hour. There's been some new big 9/11 developments. Jason Burmis will be popping in the last 15 minutes of the show, but your calls and a ton of other news I haven't even gotten to straight ahead in 60, well, with a station ID, network ID, 70 seconds. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us. We are now in the final hour of this Tuesday edition. I'm going to recap some of the top stories, get to a bunch of these I haven't covered yet. But first, I want to continue with your phone calls. Let's talk to John in West Virginia. John, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, Alex? I listen to you every day. I love you all.
We love you too, my friend. What's on your mind?
Well, we got to talking about this. I joined the military back in '91, and on the cover of our training manual was a big globe, and it said "Global Reach, Global Power." And I really didn't think about that much until I started listening to you all. Look, I try to drill this into my friends' heads, and then, also, like last night you were talking, get off your butts and do something, and I was telling my buddy, because Ray Hall, our puppet in office up here, him and Rockefeller signed this bill for $6.5 million to get from Homeland Security, and I was trying to explain what that meant to my friends. I said 80% is supposed to go to local sheriffs and other entities like that, and 20% is supposed to go for that compulsory service, and then FEMA gets $100,000. So I called his office to ask him about why does he keep voting against the American people, and the only thing that I got from them was, would you like to leave a message? So I think we're going to go up and protest and be considered terrorists of the world.
Well, look, they're trying to say all protest is terrorism when all our veterans supposedly fought and died for, was that right, to create a chilling effect, saying you're not allowed to protest. Now, we're about to have the Federal Reserve not just get unlimited money, but run everything, and the feds are federalizing all the states with this water bill, saying not just the water, but everything surrounding it. They admit total takeover, just unspeakable level. They have to try to intimidate us so they can grab their ill-gotten gains. They are the criminals. They are the bad people. They are illegitimate. We are in the right. That's why they're hiring thugs and scum and control freaks. And I don't see it working, and I appreciate your call. God bless you, sir. Good to hear from you, John. William in Texas. William, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Alex?
Good.
Pleasure to talk to the man who knows the truth.
Well, I try. What's on your mind?
Well, I have several things I needed to tell you. First of all, in regards to Mr. Piazza, I think his front sight program is absolutely astounding. I think it's something everybody should do. And I say that because I'm retired from Texas Parks and Wildlife, where we offer a hunter safety course, and I think that's important for people to do as well.
Absolutely. I have promoted those, and I've promoted all sorts, the Appleseed Group. I mean, whatever you do, they phased out a lot of the YMCA and Boy Scout shooting, unfortunately, but we need to get that culture back.
Oh, absolutely. I thoroughly agree. And if nothing else, they learn the do's and don'ts about a firearm. And the next thing is in regards to the 9/11 event, I have been watching world events and scripture and things like this for several years. I became very interested the morning that happened, and knew that there was a lot more to it than was just meeting the eye. And along with the info that you've put out and some of the videos I've seen and information I've been able to gather, I thought, well, I really wanted to get to the bottom of some of this. There's a very good friend of mine I've known all of my life. He is an executive with American Airlines. I quizzed him about this, and it was basically on the airliners supposedly lost that day. And he told me there were no airliners lost that day out of their fleet.
No, absolutely. In fact, I got Jason Burmis coming up. We'll just do this now with Jason Burmis. I'm just going to have him in because he brought this news to my attention. In fact, I've got the article right here somewhere in my stack. But stay there. I'm going to come right back to you after this break, William. Then we'll go to Julio, MHL, Garrett, Uni, and others. Everybody stay with us. Open phones in the final hour. PrisonPlanet.tv. We are simulcasting the radio show right now.